and welcome to Leisure Life Live. I'm Veronica.
And I'm Tana. We're here today to talk about the gifts that you can make for the kids in your life for the holiday season. So we've got lots of great stuff to share with you guys today. We've got crochet, we've got felt, and this lovely jewel around my neck, this cute little lamb, comes from one of the books we're going to talk about today. They're really cute little subjects, aren't they?
Super, super cute. But before we get started, just a few little housekeeping tips. It is still I Love Yarn Day month. So we're celebrating all month long. We love yarn. And so if you have done yarn projects this month, or even if you didn't do them this month, do the hashtag, I Love Yarn Day and Humans That Yarn, and definitely do the hashtag Leisure Arts, because next week we are having a party here, and it is a party about you guys. So hashtag Leisure Arts. We are going to take our favorite projects that you guys have made and share them next week here on Leisure Life Live. So please hashtag Leisure Arts between now and then, because we want to showcase your projects and what you guys do. So we're celebrating you guys next week on Halloween on Leisure Life Live. So there may or may not be costumes. Okay, there definitely will be costumes.
There's going to be costumes.
And we're going to see if we can't recruit lots of people in our office to join us. And the requirement for being on Leisure Life Live next week is that we show one of your projects.
That's right.
So please hashtag Leisure Arts, and we will see your project and share it next week. Also, comment below so you can enter to win. We'll give away all three of these books.
Yep.
And tell us about the books that we have today.
Okay, so this one is Play and Learn Activity Cubes. It is crochet, and this one is a quiet book. It's working with felt. And then the other one is amigurumi animal scarves. And these projects are really fun and really easy to make. Some of them look difficult, but they're really not. So we're going to talk you through those things.
Yeah, so we know a lot of you don't like to think about the holidays until after Halloween, but
time to get started.
It's time to get started. Craftvember is right around the corner, and we are going to show you lots of things all November long, showing you how to, fun, creative gifts that you can make that are one-of-a-kind, unique gifts. So we're getting a jump start on that today with really unique things that you can make for the kids in your life. We all have a special kid in our life. We all want to give them something that's a little different, a little more special than an off-the-shelf toy that they're probably going to discard and not even use after.
Something they're going to remember for a long time.
Exactly. So the great thing about these projects is that they are great for newborns all the way up to about 8-10 years old.
Definitely.
So, it's 3 books, but really we run the gamut. So I would say, for the youngest baby in your life, this quiet book. Tell us about the quiet book.
So this is a design by Billy Stewart, and it basically is felt, and it opens just like a book, and it has a story inside.
Do we want to go? Here we go.
There we go. And it is a really, really fun project. And the kids can take this with them in the car, and it's a sensory project that they can feel the buttons, they can read the letters, they can talk about colors, they can talk about animals. So it's a learning project. It's really just an activity that keeps the kids really busy once you get it put together. And I think it's one of those things that becomes a keepsake. If your grandma does this for a grandchild, that grandchild is going to hold on to this forever. So it's really a cool project. Pass it down to your children kind of project.
And what I love about this is that you could actually read this. You could actually make this while your daughter-in-law or sister or person in your life is pregnant, and you can actually read this long before they're old enough to touch it and interact with it.
Right.
So this really would be good for the first 5 years of life.
It is.
Because, stage 1, I'll move back behind. Stage 1, while they're a baby and they're just those colors, they're just so interested and absorbed by those colors.
Right.
Stage 2, when they're starting to differentiate and actually notice, what's the difference? This is a cow, this is a pig, this is a sheep. There's no cows. I'm just making stuff up now. This is a cat.
Into this.
Okay, I'm like,
There is
I swore
cow.
there was a cow. And then, a little later on, stage 3, they start making those sounds. I know my daughter was making animal sounds before she
definitely.
was talking. So,
Definitely.
Stage 3, they're making the sounds. What does a dog do? Meow. Or, whoa. What does a cat do? Meow.
Nice, Veronica. We're getting our sounds mixed up.
And then, stage 3, they're actually starting to say the word. Or stage 4, they're starting to say the words dog, cat, sheep. Stage
And call
5,
out colors and call out.
And then they're starting to read the words.
Right.
And then stage 6, they're telling you stories. Tell me what the dog
They're
did
using
today.
their imagination.
Right. So you can use that one book, even though it takes time to put together, but really there's like 6 or 7 stages in a kid's life where they can use this book, and that's what I think makes it so special.
And inside the book there are all of the patterns that you need for all of the letters and all of the animals, and the instructions are right there. So it's really easy. There's a lot of little pieces to cut out, but you trace stuff on the felt and then you cut those out, and it just becomes a gluing. Take each page and glue them on, and sew the buttons on and things like that. So it's really a fun project, and it's even something if you've got a toddler that you might be able to let them help you with it.
Yeah. I mean, like those fine motor skills
Right.
where they're starting to learn to cut, or even, deciding where they want the sheep to go. What page do they, because this doesn't have to be in this order.
It doesn't. It can be changed up.
Which one can go first? Which one can go second?
And because you have pieces and parts, you could always make your own sort of wall hanging out of this project if you wanted. You could put all the animals together in with the fence around them, and make a completely different project because you have all of the patterns to put that together. So you can use your creativity.
Right. I know one of the things that when I was pregnant I thought I was going to do, which I didn't do, was do like a representation of every letter of the alphabet. So if you
Big
were
dreams,
very,
Veronica, big
very,
dreams.
very ambitious, that, or you could even spell out, a child's name with different animals.
Yes, there's lots of ways to use these patterns for sure. So this is our first book, and we think this is a really, really cool project.
Yeah, so this is the Quiet Book. This is book 7188. It's available at Leisure Arts, Amazon, all your favorite craft stores. So that's a fun one. So what's our second book?
Okay, so the second book is Play and Learn Activity Cubes. And the fun thing about this that I want to make sure that when everyone is looking at these, they're going, oh my goodness, look how many pieces and parts there are on this. This is really no more difficult than putting together the squares of an Afghan. It's just put together 3D instead of flat. So these basic squares are, then you go and and then you sew the pieces and parts onto the squares. So you start out with your basic squares and then you add the items to it. So for instance, here you've got stars and flowers and buttons. So you've made a basic square, and so you sew those things on. And then when you come to the end, you just sew your squares together 3D and stuff it. So it's really not as difficult as it looks like it is. And so you can see here we've got a rain cloud with colorful raindrops on this one, and we've got the rings attached for kids to pull on and play with. Inside this one we've got the colors of the rainbow, and so they can say red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and there's the sunshine underneath the rainbow. We've got a mirror, which we know all babies love playing with the mirror. They love looking at themselves, and it sometimes makes them laugh, and that is the best thing ever.
My
when babies
16-year-old
laugh.
still likes looking in the mirror, so that never changes.
You're right about that. It never changes for some people. That's right.
I love these so much, and I'm going to steal one here.
Absolutely.
Because, my daughter had the electronic version of this, when she was little, but I love that this is more like imagination based. And I'm telling you, she loved all these things, and I know all kids do. It's so universal. This is our little fishing one. You have your little fishing hook where you can take it and you can use those fine motor skills we were talking about earlier to catch the fish. And you can even do like a little blind catch. The mirrors, the up and down motions. I mean, there's just
the fish are swimming around in the ocean on that side.
They're just so creative and fun. And then you've got the little octopus here, a little jellyfish, and you could even do like ribbons with these, make these crinkly.
Yep.
Kids love those crinkly things. You have those little twists that we were talking about last week.
I love those crochet curly cues.
And then you have these fun little pockets that you can take these fish that you catch. What happened to our fish?
There they are.
Here. So
Fish go in a pocket.
You can take things and you can make the fish swim. So there are lots of fun, creative ways that you can use this. And that flower one is super fun. I love the ladybugs that pop out of it and the bee on this other side.
Oops, and I'm going to tear down our set. There we go.
That's usually me.
And this one we have a flower and it has a rattle. I think this one's very cool. And then it has the flower on this side. It's got some of the rings attached on this one. The mirror around the flower. This has the little flowers that move up and down the string so they get their sensory play. And we've got a ladybug and a bee on this side. And those guys are attached so we don't lose them. But I really just want to emphasize about these projects, this is just a basic square. Really is just a basic square.
Simple stitches.
The pocket is a separate piece. You just sew this on and you're ready to go. And you attach some things that maybe you've already got at home. Maybe the baby's already got some stuff it's not playing with anymore.
Right.
And so you can attach some stuff to it. And it's great that they can't lose some of the parts because they're attached.
Now Michelle wants to know if is that a safety mirror, and that is absolutely a safety mirror.
Yes.
It is. There is no hurting yourself with that mirror.
And the designer on this one was Jessica Boyer. She does a great job with amigurumi and with all kids' designs. She's got a great eye for the right colors and the right type of activity level and all that. It's really awesome.
Jessica's going to join us in November. She's going to do a Teach Me Tuesday, so she's going to show you some of the tips. She'll give you a demonstration and show you some of the tips and tricks of amigurumi and how to put them together. Looking at the comments here, we have Chris says that the activity cubes are adorable. Clovis wants to know what kind of yarn is in your sheep scarf. And Cindy de Rosier says that the scarf is awesome. Lots of people are loving. Is there a unicorn scarf? That's a good idea.
We do not
Sandy.
have one of those, but thanks for the idea. Thank you.
But there are lots and lots of comments about your scarf.
It's nice and toasty warm, and it has this little pocket right here, so you can put some little treat that you're carrying. Bubble gum, put some bubble gum in there. Carry your chapstick.
Yeah, and those all. In this. That's right. Those all come from this book right here. So this is called Amigurumi Animal Scarves. It's by Ida Herder, and we were just talking about how cool this is because you don't have to. If you're a little intimidated by amigurumi, this is a nice starting point because you're making the scarf, you're not making the body, you're not having to put it all together, and you're just putting that head of that animal on there.
Right, so you're making legs, and all the legs are the same, and you're making a round face, but pretty much you're making a scarf, and a lot of people who are crocheting have the skills to make a scarf. So if you've been a little intimidated by amigurumi, this is a great jumping off point. Because you do what you're comfortable with, and then all you do is make some ears and make a little face and make some legs and attach them to this beautiful scarf.
So Chris Lopez just made a comment that I kid you not, Chris, you're not going to believe us when we tell you this, but your comment, we were talking about it 5 minutes before we went on air, and her comment was, oh my gosh, that would look adorable in velvet. Yeah. We were literally just having that conversation that velvet would be great in all of these.
This yarn is actually let's see, which one is it? It is Bernat Pipsqueak. And so it's real fluffy and it covers up any errors that you make in the scarf. So if you miss a stitch, nobody's going to know. It's not a big deal because it does a lot of good cover up.
Right.
But we want to show you some of the stitches in these others because they're really fantastic.
Yeah, and also wanted to show you too how the difference in the yarns that you make. So this lion has the bulky weight yarn, and this rabbit has the medium. And so you can see the difference. So you can control the size by the different types of yarn that you use.
Right. The bulky weight, as we've been talking about on our segments, just makes things just a little bit bigger. The rabbit's made with a 3, and she's delicate. The giraffe is made with a 4. He's a little bit heavier. And then the lion is made with a 5. So the bulky weight yarn. It's got this great cable in it. That's a really cool design. The rabbit's got a little bit of a popcorn. And then the monkey's very cool. He's got a cable up his back. You can see how that works. And then we've got some self-striping yarn here for the little dog.
A little puppy.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is in this book, they all have names.
They do.
So I just think that's super fun. And then we have another one with a pocket here. So you can put I don't know, my daughter would have put goldfish in there.
I
probably
treats,
would have
for
made a
treats,
mess.
yeah.
But
This
little
one doesn't have a
pockets.
pocket, but you could easily not sew across the top to make a pocket in that one. I think this guy's head's a little heavy, so probably that's why they didn't have a pocket, so his head wouldn't hang down.
Well, and I think, these can be great for like an older kid.
I do think so.
The great thing about this lion is, I can see an 8-year-old really, really enjoying that. So it's a little bigger, so it'll keep him
Actually,
a
I
little
kind of like it myself.
Well, I know, Cindy probably would like the bunny. I know she's a bunny lover.
Yep.
So Jessica actually is in our comments, and she is answering the question about the mirror.
Cool.
She says it's a flexible mirror that you can get on Amazon. So that is that's good information to know.
This yarn feels good. This one's nice.
Yeah, that's super
Oh, it has
cute.
a tail too, you guys. Look, the giraffe has a tail. That's really cool. I didn't realize some of them had tails. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, no, that's great. Yeah, Cindy says a pocket. It just gets better and better.
I know, isn't it awesome?
And Muffet Weber is telling us that her daughter is going to have twins in February, a girl and a boy. So
There we go.
Yeah, and I think that
Cubes.
the cubes and the quiet book, and they can work their way up to these scarves. And what I love about these scarves is it's kind of like Linus and his blanket, right? Like all the kids made fun of Linus because he carried around a blanket. But the great thing is this kind of like you can have
toy
that
is
comfort
right there
item,
around the neck.
Right, but it's a scarf, so that's something that's socially acceptable for a kid to go out. Rather than carrying around a stuffed animal or something, it's something that you can build it into
Very
their outfit.
useful.
Right, so it has that. I'm always thinking, how can something be functional, right?
Right.
So I think that these are really neat for that. And if you have a baby, and obviously they're not ready for a scarf, we also have the knit levies. And I believe we have them in crochet as well.
We do.
So we have those crochet and knit levies. And so those incorporate the little head of the animals with the little blanket attached. So those are great for babies. And then when they get a little older, they can work their way up to these cute little
To the scarves.
scarves.
Yep.
Yeah, so let me see if anyone else has any more comments.
Are we
That's
giving
it.
anything away today?
We are giving away these 3 books. So the activity cubes, the animal scarves, and the I've got 2
Amigurumi.
books. Yeah, no, my words are gone.
The Quiet Book?
The Quiet Book. That's
Yes,
it.
and
we
so-
moved it over here. That's why I can't find it.
Oh, sorry about that.
That's all
There you
right.
go. Yeah. Okay. So Michelle asked what the name of the book that has the scarves is. So that is the Amigurumi Animal Scarves. So that is the name. Clovis says the lion looks good on you.
Thank you, Clovis. Appreciate it.
Let's see. Cindy says the giraffe is her favorite. And let's see here. Adorable. Lots of comments about how cute these are, which everything
Yeah,
here is super
we
cute.
love these projects, guys. They're really they're really fun to make, and when you have a project like this that you give to somebody, like for a baby shower, there's just a lot of pride that goes into it, and people remember stuff like this. It just doesn't take that long.
Right, and stay with us through the month of November because we have, this is just a sampling of some of the awesome things we have coming your way. We have some cute baby stacks.
We do.
We have so many, it is so deep on how many gift ideas that we have. And we have gift ideas for everyone. And we are.
You guys should see how much fun it is to open a designer box around here. Everybody just gathers around and go, oh, look at the cool stuff, because every box is full of fun stuff.
And you know, I mean, we just live in an age where everyone has so much, and so making something, it just gives you, it lets people know how much you love them. It's a way to show them
Makes a difference.
that you're thinking about them and that
It's something special.
Right. It's just a way to just do something a little bit more than, you know, buying something off the shelf. It just really, lets people know that you're thinking about them.
We're glad you guys joined us today.
Yeah, so once again, comment below. Let me check the comments and see if there's anything else. Chris Lopez says such really cute designs. We agree.
Awesome.
So keep commenting below for a chance to win the 3 books: the Play and Learn Activity Cubes in Crochet, the Make Your Own Quiet book with felt crafting, and then the amigurumi animal scarves also in crochet. And we do have, some knit versions of things. If you do some search on our website, if you're a knitter, we do have some,
some comparative
knit type things,
comparative projects.
Right. So look those up if you're interested. But join us on Tuesday for Teach Me Tuesday, and Christy Simpson will show you guys the Huggable line that we have. So she is going to talk to you guys all about that. Talk about more things, more cute
She
ideas.
got some great amigurumi characters.
Yeah,
you guys gonna love that.
And they're larger ones, so they're huggable. That's why we call them the Huggable series. So join her on Tuesday, then join us on Thursday for our Halloween #Leisure Arts Party, where we celebrate you. And then
you might catch a costume or two.
That's right. So we look forward to seeing you guys next Thursday, and happy crafting.
Bye, guys.
Bye.